Was your Tyler's back with my SmackDown review for April 4th, 2025, and back in the US now. Anyways, let's talk about SmackDown. It was in the Allstate Arena in Chicago, Illinois, really. And basically there's that. So they talk about, what happened between, the contract signed between Reigns. What was the last ship, by the way? Reigns, Rollins, and Punk, which is going to be one of the WrestleMania main events. But yeah, Punk grabs the camera, he's being shooted at the crowd. A loud CM Punk chant. He tells them why they didn't listen to outside voices, and then Punk tells him he's not sponsored to be here. It's not supposed to be here, and then Paul Heyman comes out. Talks about and then the fans chant ECW, and he tells Punk that he belongs here in Chicago and in the main event at WrestleMania. So yeah, and then there was also this favor. Like, I forgot all about this whole favor thing from Survivor Series, really. I mean, but we actually sort of found out during the final moment. But anyways, there's that, and then that basically this is a dumb storyline. The whole favor thing is kind of weird, really. But anyways, we get the in-ring debut of Rey Fenix defeating Nathan Frazier from NXT. That's kind of a random first match, but I'll give him credit. It was actually a good match. I'll give it a 3 out of 5 for that. And then afterwards, look out, that was fantastic. It was backstage, and talking about, Rey Fenix will face Berto next week, and then there was a video page of Drew McIntyre wearing an eye patch where I thought he did good. Yeah, he did. Where he's wearing an eye patch, he talks about Damian Priest, and no one cares about him unless he faces off. Drew snaps. He asks Damian to explain to him why he's wrong and to fight him like a man, but Damian did what he did always, choose to attack a Bulger. He put him through a windshield, and basically there's that. It's Drew looked like Patchy from SpongeBob. Yeah. Anyway, then we get Big Boy Braun gets interviewed, and then Jacob Fatu gets involved, and then LA Knight defeated Tama Tonga in the next match. It was a decent match. And I'll give it a 2.5. Then Paul Heyman is standing at the arena, he was waiting for Roman Reigns, but then Seth Rollins comes out the car and laughs it off, really. Laughed at Paul Heyman, really. I mean, basically there's that. But Crazy, sure, he had like always. Crazy shoes he had on like always. Oh. Anyways. Then we get the Charlotte Stratton thing where this was whole awkward. And then Nick Aldis backstage talked about a women's gauntlet match. There was a little, this was a little cringe. Yeah, talks about a gauntlet to determine the number one contenders for the women's tag titles. And then we get the number one contenders match for the WWE Tag Team Championships. Motor City Machine Guns defeats DIY. This was a good match, but can we just stop having these two teams face each other? Same thing again. Yeah. 3 out of 5. Yeah, it was a good match. They're fighting the Street Profits for the tag titles. And there. Anyways, then before Naomi fought Beef, Jade Cargill attacks Naomi, and then she fucked up $2 security, but that doesn't matter anyways, because Naomi won this match, and they're going to have a match at WrestleMania. Whatever. Then there was a Damian Priest video package. He talked about, he tells Drew that he did his job by cashing in Money Bank at WrestleMania. Well, he also got to CM Punk. Knew that was going to happen. Then Clash of Castle, it should have been them, but obviously Punk came back and then cost him the match. And then Money Bank did the same thing, and then it's just there. But anyways, then Kevin Owens comes out. Owens said that he knows the last few years learned from something, but then he tells that he has to go get neck surgery, which this was shocking. Which I thought this was, but this was, I guess, legit. So Randy Orton and Kevin Owens is off for WrestleMania, and then Randy Orton RKO's Nick Aldis for no reason. Which honestly, what is the point of doing Randy Orton versus Kevin Owens at this point? None. Then we get the last minute match to determine the number one contender for the United States Championship. Jacob Fatu defeats Big Boy Braun in this match. Fun match. And yeah. 3.5 I'll give it. It was the best match on the show. Two big boys doing big boy things, which, yeah. Then they show what happened between the Cody Cena thing, which, yeah, we know. And then afterwards, this was a good match, but I thought it was going to be a triple threat. There's so many multi-man matches they're probably doing, but yeah. Then Roman comes out of the SOV. He talks about, CM Punk and all that. Then Seb comes out. And they started talking a lot. And then CM Punk comes out. Punk gets on the mic. He talks about that favor. And then he said in his corner, his wise man and his best friend, Paul Heyman. Seth laughs and Roman looks confused. Another segment when someone has to be told to stop crying. And then afterwards, Heyman looks down and says, "No, my tribal chief." And then Punk and Roman brawled, and then Punk gives him the GTS and Seth stares at each other. This was just weird. Yeah, I mean, let's be fair here. Punk is a Paul Heyman guy, but it was kind of a weird end. But still, it was a good way to end the show. No complaints. There was nothing bad about the show, really. There. I give it a V minus. Yeah, B minus. Yeah. So tomorrow I'll do Batman Arkham City review, and I'll do my Raw review live also. And there's that. Like this video, comment below, subscribe to this channel, ring your notification bell, as well as my secondary channel titles release. You'll see on there WrestleMania 14 is the continuation of my other WrestleMania reviews. I got that and WrestleMania 16 to do. There. Bye bye.